My child, I knew you would find this, because I called you here, before your hand ever reached out, before your mind even formed the thought. I was already waiting. I placed this message before you like a sealed scroll, because I knew you'd come searching for my answer. And now here it is. But listen closely. You must not rush this. You must not skim past what I have wrapped in divine precision, sentence by sentence, because your answer is here. Yes, the one you asked me for, but you must open it with your heart, not just your eyes, because I saw you in the quiet places where no one else saw, the way you've been holding on with trembling hands, whispering, "God, please, just show me, just speak." And now I am. Not in the way you expected, not in the timing you demanded, but in the way I know you need. Let me begin by telling you what you've been waiting to hear. I have not forgotten you, not even for a moment, not in the delay, not in the confusion, not when everything seemed to go silent and heaven felt far. Even then, especially then, I was near. You've cried prayers that no one else could understand. You've carried weights that words could not describe. And still, you didn't give up. You kept reaching. You kept believing. That faith, even if it was just a flicker, it moved me. It opened something in the spirit. And now, I'm responding. The answer I'm giving you today is not just a solution to your situation. It's a revelation of my heart for you. Because you haven't just been waiting on a breakthrough, you've been waiting to feel me again, to know I'm still with you, to know your prayers didn't vanish into empty space. And I say to you now, I heard every word, I caught every tear, and not one moment has been wasted. I was building something in the silence. I was planting something deep in your soul, roots of endurance, roots of unshakable trust, roots that could only grow in the soil of surrender. You asked me, why the delay, God? Why the silence? And I answer you now, because I was preparing you to receive the answer properly. You thought you were waiting for the breakthrough, but the breakthrough was waiting for you to become ready to carry it. You see, what I'm about to release over your life is not temporary. It's not shallow, it's not fragile, it's not surface level. It is deeply rooted in purpose, and I couldn't allow you to grab it with unstable hands. I couldn't place a promise that heavy in a heart still distracted by doubt. So I waited. I hid the answer behind a veil of stillness, not because I was punishing you, but because I was protecting the blessing. And now, that veil is being torn. I'm revealing the next chapter, and it begins here with this moment. This message is your confirmation. It is not coincidence. It is not an algorithm. It is a divine encounter. I orchestrated it, so you would know that I still speak, so you would see that I have not abandoned your prayers. The thing you've been asking me about, the question that's been echoing through your soul, the one that keeps coming back no matter how hard you try to push it away. Here is what I say. It's already in motion. You just haven't seen it yet. Because I move in dimensions deeper than human vision. While you were looking for signs in the natural, I was shifting things in the spiritual. That's why it felt quiet. That's why it felt delayed. Because I was working where your eyes could not reach, but now I'm bringing it into view, piece by piece, step by step. The manifestation will begin. And now, in order to receive blessing, type Amen 1111. Now, don't miss this part, child. It will look different than you expected. So don't reject it, because it's unfamiliar. Don't walk past it, because it's not wrapped in the package you prayed for. The answer I'm sending is higher than your logic. It's greater than your plan. It will stretch you, but it will bless you. And here's something else I need you to know. You're not late. You're not behind. You haven't missed it. The enemy tried to convince you that you took too many wrong turns, that you wasted too much time, that your window has closed. But hear me clearly. Your delay is not your denial. I am the God who redeems time, who restores years, who revives dry places and brings them back to life. You haven't run out of time. You've been running toward the right time. And now, you're here. So this is what I ask of you. Open your heart. Open your hands. Let go of how you thought it would happen. And receive what I'm actually doing. Your answer may not look like the end. It may look like a small beginning. But small things carry divine seed. Trust me, even if you can't trace me, because what's being released is more than a blessing. It's a confirmation of your calling. It's an invitation to step into the divine identity I spoke over you long before this moment. And if you're still wondering, yes, this message is for you, not the person who might stumble on it later, not a general encouragement for anyone. This was sent with your name on it, because I'm still speaking, I'm still moving, and I'm still responding to you. Like, comment, and subscribe, so I can keep sending you the messages that are only for you and continue blessing you in ways you don't yet see. Stay open, beloved. Stay ready, because the answer has been released. And what's coming next will leave you in holy awe. You're still here. Good. Because what I'm about to say next is sacred. It's not meant for the crowds. It's not meant to be skimmed or shared casually. This part is for the one who stayed. The one who knows this message has their name carved into it. You. Let me tell you what I see. I see the moments you didn't tell anyone about, the nights you laid awake, heart racing, spirit aching, the moments when no answer came, and you wondered if you'd been forgotten, but you were never invisible to me. While you were questioning your worth, I was guarding your destiny. While you were wondering if anything would change, I was preparing the shift. That shift has now begun. Yes. Even if your situation hasn't caught up to it yet, even if your surroundings still look the same, heaven is ahead of the visible, because my word creates reality. It doesn't wait for it. And I've already spoken over you. I declared you favored. I declared you restored. I declared you free. Not someday. Not if you perform perfectly. Not if others agree with it. Now you may not feel it yet. You may not even believe it fully yet. But I am not waiting for your perfection. I move in response to your faith, even mustard seed faith, even trembling, whispering, God, help my unbelief kind of faith. And you, my beloved, you still have it. You may have lost some things. Some people may have walked away. Some chapters may have closed abruptly, but your faith, however small, has survived. And that's all I need. Now listen carefully. This season you're stepping into will not look like the last. You don't need to brace for more of the same. You don't need to keep looking over your shoulder, wondering when it will all fall apart again. I've drawn a line in the spirit, a holy divide between the pain of the past and the purpose of the present. What was meant to break you, built you. What was designed to bury you, refined you. What the enemy used to torment you, I've turned into testimony. You are not fragile. You are fortified. You are not forgotten. You are marked. You are not alone. You are surrounded by my presence, by my promises, and yes, by angels on assignment. They're walking with you now. Yes, even now, as you take this in. They've been stationed for this very moment, to open doors, to shut the mouths of opposition, to carry what you cannot, because I am making sure you reach your appointed place, not just any blessing, the one that carries your name. But here's what you must understand. My answer is coming with instruction, and I will not force it upon you. I offer it, because love always gives a choice. So listen, there's something you need to release, something you've been carrying, maybe out of habit, maybe out of fear, that cannot cross into what I'm about to do. It might be an old mindset, a pattern, a false belief about yourself, a lie you agreed with long ago because it seemed safer to believe that than risk being hurt again. But I'm calling it out now, not to shame you, but to free you. You've been asking me to open a door, but I need you to drop what's in your hands before I place the key in them, because I want you to enter whole. I want you to walk through healed, not haunted, ready, not rushing. So right now, as you read these words, I'm offering you something sacred. Release. Let go of what no longer serves where I'm taking you. Let go of what was only meant for a season. Let go of what I've already forgiven, but you've kept holding against yourself. Yes, even that. I see it all. And I say again, you are forgiven. I'm not rehearsing your failures. I'm not replaying your missteps. I'm too focused on your future, because your calling is alive. Your purpose has not been canceled. Your destiny is still burning bright, waiting for your yes. So here is what I ask of you now. Open your spirit, not just your mind, not just your emotions. Your spirit. Let me speak deeper than logic. Let me confirm things you haven't even told anyone. Let me show you what I've been building behind the veil, because you're about to see with new eyes. Where you saw loss, you'll see preparation. Where you felt delay, you'll feel acceleration. Where you sensed rejection, you'll realize I was redirecting you the entire time. The wrong doors had to shut so the right ones could stand open. And they are open now. Walk through them, not in fear, but in full assurance. Because when I open a door, no man can shut it. And when I speak an answer, no lie can overturn it. This is not just a message. It is a moment of divine decision. What will you do with what you now know? Will you stay stuck in what was, or will you rise into what is becoming? I'm not asking you to have it all figured out. I'm asking you to trust that I already do. So walk with me. Let me finish what I started, and don't be surprised when joy begins to rise again, when hope returns like a wind to your lungs, when peace begins to anchor you, even if nothing around you makes sense yet. That's what my presence does. It restores without explanation. It heals in layers you didn't even know were broken. You asked for an answer. Here it is. I am the answer, and I am with you. You feel that stirring inside you right now? That's not emotion. That's me. That's my spirit moving through the words, reaching into places no one else could reach. Because I'm not speaking to your surface, I'm speaking to your soul. And I'm not done. There's more I want to uncover, more I want to deliver, more of me I want you to encounter. Because this isn't just about getting an answer to a problem, it's about discovering a deeper reality. You were made to walk with me, not visit me on hard days, not call on me when everything falls apart, but walk with me daily, intimately, unshakably. That's what this whole season has been about. You thought I was withholding something from you, but I was inviting you into something better. I was drawing you deeper, stripping away the distractions, peeling back the noise, so that you could finally hear me clearly. And now that you're listening, I want you to hear this. You are not who you used to be. Even if you feel like you're in the same place, even if people around you still treat you the same, even if you sometimes slip into old fears, you've changed. You've grown in ways the world hasn't seen yet. You've matured in the silent places. You've learned to trust when it made no sense. Don't dismiss that, because I saw the days you didn't quit. I watched you wrestle, pray, hold on. And even when you felt weak, you stood. And I count that as victory. You see, others measure strength by success, but I measure it by surrender. And by that measure, you have become mighty. You're stronger than you think. You've survived things that were sent to silence you. You've walked through fires that could have destroyed you. But look, you're still here, still believing, still seeking, still reaching for me. And because of that, I am rewarding you, not just with answers, with authority. I'm giving you spiritual weight. You're not just asking for blessing anymore. You're being called to carry my glory, to speak life, to shift atmospheres, to walk into dark places and radiate my light. Yes, you, the one who thought they were too broken, the one who questioned their own worth, the one who didn't think they'd ever be used again. That's exactly why I've chosen you, because your scars have made you compassionate. Your battles have made you wise. Your wilderness has made you dangerous to the enemy, because you know what it cost to still stand. I can trust you now. And because of that, I'm releasing the next instruction. Listen, there's something I've placed inside you, an idea, a dream, a vision. You've second-guessed it. You've told yourself, maybe that was just me. Maybe that wasn't God. But I'm here to confirm it. That was me. I whispered it when no one else was around. I stirred it in you at strange times, waking you in the night, pulling on your heart. And every time you tried to forget it, it returned stronger. Because it's not going away. It's not random. It's not a coincidence. It's your assignment. And now, it's time. You don't need all the answers. You don't need to wait until you feel ready. I don't call the ready. I ready the called. And you are called. So this is what you do. Take the next small step. Write the thing. Start the plan. Make the move. Say yes. I will meet you in motion. Don't wait for the fear to disappear. Move through it with me. Because on the other side of that fear is freedom. On the other side of that hesitation is harvest. I have already gone before you. I've prepared connections, cleared obstacles, assigned angels to walk with you. I am backing you with heaven's authority. So what can stand against you? This is your moment to stop rehearsing what went wrong and start releasing what is right now. You don't need to keep begging for what I already said is yours. You don't need to perform for what I've already chosen to give you. Just receive it. That's what this message is. A divine delivery. A door standing open. An outstretched hand. Will you take it? Will you believe not just that I can answer, but that I already have? Let this settle deep in your heart. You are stepping into fulfillment. You are stepping into promises long delayed, not because you forced them, but because you trusted me long enough to walk into them when I said now. And child, I'm saying now. This is the divine turning point. You are no longer wandering. You are walking in alignment. And what's coming will confirm everything I've spoken. So lift your head. Straighten your shoulders. Look around, not with human eyes, but with spiritual vision. I am here, and I am moving. Stay close. There's more I'm about to say. I've waited for this moment with you, not because I needed time, but because you did. And now you're finally listening, not just with your ears, but with your spirit. You've quieted the noise. You've leaned in. You've dared to believe, even if only with trembling hope. Maybe this really is for me. It is. You see, I don't just give answers to solve problems. I give answers to reveal who I am. And I want to show you something now that will unlock the next part of your journey. Lean close. You have been asking me, when will the blessing come? But I've been asking you, will you recognize it when it arrives? Because sometimes I send answers in forms you weren't expecting, not wrapped in comfort, but in challenge, not appearing perfect, but carrying power. You prayed for breakthrough, but I sent you a bold instruction. You asked for open doors, but I brought you face to face with an inner wall. You longed for peace, but I handed you a sword to confront what was tormenting your spirit. This is what you must understand now. My answers often come disguised as invitation, not to comfort, but to co-labor with me, because I don't just want to rescue you. I want to raise you into maturity, raise you into discernment, raise you into spiritual authority so strong that the same attacks that used to overwhelm you now flee at your presence. You see, I am not only the God who answers prayer, I am the God who transforms the one who prayed, and I am transforming you. Can't you feel it? The things that used to shake you no longer hold the same power. The voices that once haunted you are fading. The shame that tried to chain you is breaking in my presence, because truth is entering you now. Not just truth about me, but truth about you. You are not who the past tried to label you as. You are not what the trauma tried to make you. You are not what the enemy said in your weakest moments. You are my beloved. You are chosen. You are set apart. Not because you earned it, but because I called it so. And when I call something blessed, no force can reverse it. Now, hear me clearly. This next phase of your life requires you to believe what I've already spoken, not what fear whispers, not what others have said, not even what your own doubt tries to repeat. My word must become louder than your wounds, because you cannot carry both my promise and your prison. One will eventually silence the other. And child, it's time you stop rehearsing captivity. You are not still in that old place. You are not still fighting that old battle. I brought you out. Now it's time to walk like it. This is the shift. You no longer wait for freedom. You move in it. You no longer ask for confirmation. You carry it inside you, because I've marked you. And what I mark, I move. Yes, I am moving on your behalf right now. There are things I've already set in motion that you haven't even seen yet. Alignments are forming. Provision is being stirred. The hearts of those who will help you are being softened. You asked, God, how will it happen? There's no way. But I say, I am the way. You don't need to see the how. You need to walk with who. And I am He, your provider, your defender, your father, your answer. So stop measuring the outcome by what you can calculate. I am not limited by your logic. I specialize in the impossible. I step into the gaps no one else can bridge. I make rivers in deserts. I bring water from rocks. I raise the dead and give life where there was none. So why would this situation be any different? You have not missed it. Yes, I hear you thinking that. You've said in your heart, maybe I missed my moment. Maybe I waited too long. But I say to you, no, you're right on time, because you're in me. And I do not operate on human clocks. I restore the years the locusts have eaten. I revive what the enemy tried to bury. I redeem what seemed wasted. Nothing is lost with me. Nothing. Even your pain, I'm using it. Even your detours, I'm weaving them into destiny. Do not despair about where you've been. Rejoice for where you're going, because I'm taking you somewhere new, and soon you'll see the fruit, not just spiritually, but tangibly. Yes, it's coming. Not just encouragement, but actual evidence. Not just peace in the heart, but change in the world around you. Because when I answer, I complete the thing. I don't give you a halfway promise. I don't tease your hope. I fulfill my word fully, powerfully, beautifully. So don't settle. Don't shrink. Don't second guess what I've made clear. Stand in this. You are favored. You are covered. You are walking into answers that are already unfolding. I will finish what I started, and I will do it in a way that makes it clear it was me. You will say, only God could have done this, and you'll be right. Now, let your heart rest. You don't need to strive. You don't need to scramble. Just stay close to me. The one who opened this message will soon open their mouth in praise, because what I said, I will do. I see how you've been waiting with questions, waiting with quiet tears no one else saw, waiting, wondering, will I ever hear what I need to hear? And now, you have. Not from the world, not from a person, from me, because I am the one who holds the key to every locked place in your soul, the one who speaks and chains break, the one who whispers and storms begin to settle. And right now, my child, I'm whispering again. You don't have to fight for what I've already written in your story. You don't have to beg me to care. I already bled for you. I am not distant. I am not silent. I am not ignoring your cries. I've been closer than your breath. When you were silent under the weight of disappointment, when your heart whispered prayers too tired to speak aloud, when you said, God, I just don't know anymore, I was right there. And now I'm not just holding you, I'm calling you, because the season you're entering will not look like the one you just survived. This is not a repeat. This is not a rerun. This is resurrection. I am bringing beauty from your ashes, not just healing you, but restoring what was stolen. You've asked me, but God, why did it have to happen like this? And I know that question runs deep, but I want you to see this through my eyes. What tried to break you birthed something eternal in you. What looked like delay was a divine preparation. What seemed like failure was me building a foundation no storm can shake. You were not being punished. You were being fortified. And now you are stronger. Not in your own power, but in mine. You carry the evidence of someone who has wrestled in the dark and still come out shining with the light of heaven. That's why the enemy fought you so hard, because he saw what I placed in you. But he lost. You're still here. You still believe. You're still reaching for me. And that alone proves who you are. Now hear me clearly. I'm shifting the atmosphere around your life. Things are about to align in ways you couldn't have orchestrated. Where there was confusion, clarity will flood in. Where there was resistance, acceleration is coming. Where there were closed doors, I myself will open them. Because I'm not just giving you answers, I'm giving you access. Access to things that were once blocked. Access to what was once out of reach. Access to people, places, and provision I've been preparing behind the scenes. But don't run ahead. Walk with me, moment by moment. Because the more closely you walk with me, the less you'll need to force anything. What I have for you will find you. You won't need to manipulate it. You won't need to compromise to get it. You won't need to prove yourself. Just stay yielded. Stay soft. Stay open. I know what I'm doing. Even the waiting has been a gift. You thought you were stuck, but I was rooting you. You thought you were overlooked, but I was protecting you from premature exposure. You thought nothing was happening, but I was doing my deepest work inside you. Because before I build anything through you, I always build within you. You asked me for the next level. Now I ask you for the next yes. Not to a performance, not to striving, but to trust. Can you trust me even when it's still quiet, even when the answer hasn't fully unfolded, even when people don't yet see what I've whispered in the secret place? If you can, then you're ready. Because this next season won't be built on how loud your voice is, but how deeply you listen. And I am speaking to the deepest part of you, the part no one else knows, to the silent places, to the hidden corners. I see all of you, and I still choose you. You are not too broken. You are not too late. You are not too behind. You are exactly where I want you right now, at the edge of a breakthrough that only obedience can unlock. So breathe. Let go of the weight you were never meant to carry. Let go of the what-ifs and how-comes. Let go of the self-blame and the silent guilt. You are forgiven. You are free. You are covered by my mercy and bathed in my favor. Now, lift your eyes again, because I'm about to do something that will confirm every whisper, every promise, every moment you believed without seeing. Yes, it's that close. So don't turn back now. Don't second guess what you've already surrendered. Don't stop short of the miracle that is already in motion. You'll know it's me, because the blessing will come wrapped in peace. And when it arrives, your spirit will say, I've waited my whole life for this moment. Because you have. And now, so have I. You've wondered so often, God, is this the right path? You've asked, am I still in your will, or did I take a wrong turn somewhere? Child, listen, I see the weight of those questions, and I'm answering you now. You never left my hands, even when you couldn't feel me, even when it seemed quiet, even when your decisions were messy and your steps uncertain. I was there, guiding, guarding, grieving with you, loving you through every moment of confusion. Because my guidance is not fragile. It's not based on perfect choices. It's based on covenant. And I made a covenant with you before you even knew to call on my name. So no, you haven't missed it. You haven't lost what was meant for you. You haven't ruined the story I've written. You're still in it. You're still part of the promise. You're still walking toward the fulfillment, even if you don't recognize the path. Because the answer is not in the perfection of your steps. The answer is in the faithfulness of my heart. And I am faithful. You think your mistakes changed everything. But I want you to hear this clearly. I already accounted for your humanity. I factored in your weakness. I saw where you'd fall short. I knew where fear would grip you, where sin would tempt you, where exhaustion would slow you down, and still I chose you. Still I laid out a path that bends, weaves, reroutes, but never ends in ruin. Because what I start, I finish, and what I finish is always good. Yes, always. Even the chapters you wish you could erase, I am using. Even the closed doors and delayed answers. I've hidden treasure inside them. You just couldn't see it yet. But now you're learning to see with new eyes. Now your spirit is awakening to how I work. Now you're beginning to realize The very pain you try to escape has become the place where my voice is clearest, because the valley you walked through didn't destroy you. It revealed you. It showed you what was real. It stripped away what could not last. It exposed the noise and led you back to my whisper. Do you see it now? This message wasn't just sent to comfort you. It was sent to reveal your alignment. You're not as lost as you think. You're not as behind as you fear. You're not disqualified. You're being commissioned, because I'm turning the page, and the next chapter won't look like the last. What once took years will happen quickly. What once resisted you will now make way. What once seemed too far will come rushing toward you. Acceleration is coming, not because you forced it, but because you trusted me when it made no sense. And that trust, even when fragile, is enough. Because faith isn't a feeling, it's a choice. And every time you said, God, I don't understand, but I'm still here, heaven took notice. Every time you lifted your hands when all you had was tears, I saw it. Every time you stayed when it would have been easier to run, I recorded it. Every time you whispered, I still believe, I move closer. I honor that kind of faith. And now I'm moving. I'm not just stirring your heart. I'm shifting the atmosphere around your life. Watch for it. You'll sense it before you see it. A peace that doesn't make sense. A joy that rises without explanation. A knowing deep in your belly that something has changed. That's my spirit confirming it to you. That's your spirit aligning with what I already declared in heaven. Because when I speak a word, it does not return void. So believe this. The answer you've been waiting for is already on its way. The door you've been staring at is about to swing wide open. The heaviness that tried to keep you down is lifting even now. And it's not because of how loud your prayers were. It's not because of how strong you were. It's because I am faithful and I finish what I start. Let your soul rest in that truth. Let your mind release the constant overthinking. Let your heart breathe again. You don't have to figure out the whole picture. You just have to say yes to the next step, and I'll be in it. Every detail, every divine delay, every redirection. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been forgotten. I am weaving it all together, and soon it will make sense. You'll look back and say, if that hadn't happened, I wouldn't have met them. If that door hadn't closed, I wouldn't have found this one. If I hadn't been still, I would have missed what God was really doing. Yes, it will all connect, but for now, you only need to trust. Keep walking, keep leaning in, keep choosing to believe that this message found you for a reason, because it did. I sent it, I appointed it, I released it for you. So hold on, because what's coming is better than what you lost. What's coming is the kind of answer that doesn't just satisfy the mind. It heals the soul, and when it comes, you'll know. This was worth every second of the wait. Beloved, I never left you wandering, even when you couldn't see the path. I was guiding your every step. You've been walking through a season that felt hidden, as if no one saw what you were carrying, as if the world kept moving while you were stuck in stillness. But I want you to hear me clearly now. The hidden season was holy. I wasn't punishing you. I was preparing you. I wasn't delaying you. I was developing you. There were things I needed to deepen in you before I could open what I had destined for you, because what's coming requires roots, and you, my child, have let me root you deeply in places no one else could see. You surrendered in silence. You praised me when the room was empty. You obeyed me when it cost you comfort. And now heaven has taken notice. This is the moment where the hidden becomes revealed. This is where the private faith becomes public favor. This is where I begin to honor in the open what you endured in the dark, because I reward those who seek me, not just with blessings, but with breakthrough, not just with answers, but with authority. Yes, authority is being released to you, not man-given, not performance-based, not conditional, but divine authority, born through the fire of obedience. You thought you were losing ground, but you were gaining heavenly weight. You thought you were behind, but I was pulling you back like an arrow. So when I release you, you would fly farther than ever before. This is that moment, a divine release, a holy shift, an unlocking that has nothing to do with your ability and everything to do with my timing. Because the enemy wanted you to give up right before this. He wanted you to get tired and turn back. That's why the pressure increased. That's why confusion swirled. That's why even your dreams felt heavy to carry. But you didn't give up. You're still here, and I am rewarding that endurance. Do you remember the promises I whispered to you long ago? The ones you tucked away, afraid they were too bold to hope for? Bring them back out, dust them off, because I haven't forgotten. I do not tease my children. I do not plant dreams only to deny them. I water them in secret, and then bring the harvest suddenly. And suddenly is now, but not in the way the world defines success, not with a flash of fame or a shallow platform. What I'm building through you is eternal. It's lasting, it's pure, it's weighty with purpose. You are being called to carry what others dropped, to stand where others crumbled, to speak what others feared. And that requires a strength that only I can give. So don't lean on your own understanding. Don't rely on your own talent. Don't try to make sense of every twist in the road. Just follow me, because I'm leading you out of delay and into divine movement. No more standing at the edge. No more waiting for a sign. This is the sign. This message is your confirmation. The stirring you feel right now, it's real. That weight in your spirit, it's not anxiety. It's awakening. I'm waking you up to what I've already said, what I already planned, what I already released in the spirit, and am now bringing into the natural. There is no force on earth or in hell that can stop what I've set in motion. There is no man, no mistake, no missed opportunity that can block what I'm now revealing. So walk boldly, speak clearly, believe deeply, because what I have placed inside you is not small. It's not safe. It's not quiet. It is supernatural, and it is time to move in it. Doors will open that no one can shut. Favor will follow you that you did not earn. Provision will meet you before you even ask, not because you chased it, but because you chased me. And when you seek me first, everything else aligns. You don't need to worry about how. I am the how. You don't need to prove yourself. I am your validation. You don't need to rush. I am the pace setter. And I say now, step forward. I've gone ahead of you. I've cleared the way. I've aligned the right voices, the right connections, the right opportunities. But you must believe again. Believe with the simplicity of a child. Believe with the fire of your first love. Believe with a heart that says, even if I don't see it yet, I trust you. Because the answer is not just in this message, it's in your agreement with it. Say yes, not to a fantasy, but to a promise. Say yes, not to a shallow dream, but to a divine mission. Say yes, not with fear, but with the full weight of your faith. And watch what I do. Watch what opens. Watch what accelerates. Watch what unfolds that you thought was impossible. Because I am not just a God of answers. I am the God of sudden miracles. And the one you've been waiting for is already in motion. You've waited long enough. And now the time is no longer soon. It is now. What I have declared over you is not delayed any longer, because you have stepped into the moment of manifestation. You've prayed, God, when will it happen? And I am telling you, it has already begun. Even before you see it with your eyes, the shift has already taken place in the spirit. The atmosphere is different now. The resistance that once stood like a wall, it's crumbling. The silence that once haunted you, it's being broken with my voice. I have loosed my word over your life, and it's alive. It's moving. It's activating everything I said. There are angels dispatched even now, releasing what was held back, touching hearts in rooms you haven't entered yet, whispering your name where you've never been known. Because I don't need man's permission to bless you. I don't need earthly validation to fulfill my promise. I am the door, and I'm opening one for you that no man can shut. Yes, the very thing you thought passed you by is circling back right into your hands, because I don't forget what I promise, and I don't fail to finish what I start. You thought the delay meant denial, but what you didn't know was that I was preserving you, shielding you, covering you until the time was right. And child, the time is right. What once seemed too big for you, now you're ready to carry it. Not in your own strength, but in mine. Not in fear, but in confidence that comes from knowing who walks beside you. I've watched you grow in the silence, in the struggle, in the midnight tears that no one saw. You didn't know it then, but you were being strengthened. You were being anointed. You were being marked for this moment. And now, I will showcase what I've developed in you, not for your glory, but for mine. Not to make you famous, but to make me known. Because people will look at you and say, there's no way that could have happened without God. And they'll be right. I'm about to put evidence on your life. Proof of my presence. Proof of my power. Proof that trusting me was not in vain. And here's what I want you to do now. Stay low. Stay surrendered. Stay yielded. Because elevation is coming. But pride must never enter. The spotlight is near. But your heart must remain in the secret place. Don't chase influence. Chase intimacy. Because it's in the secret place that I will give you strategy, direction, fresh oil. The world will see the fruit, but only you will know the root of it. And it's me. I am the vine. Stay connected. Stay close. Because what I'm releasing to you is not temporary. It's not hype. It's not a flash in the pan. It's not a viral moment. It's a divine assignment. And it comes with weight. But you've been made ready for it. Your trials have forged your character. Your waiting has taught you discernment. Your obedience has become your authority. So when I open the door, walk through it boldly. When I speak, respond without delay. When I shift, don't resist. You've been trained for this. Even in seasons when you thought you were falling behind, I was preparing the road ahead of you. I was softening the soil, setting divine appointments, and removing the wrong voices from your circle, even when it hurt. You didn't understand the loss. You didn't understand the isolation. But I wasn't taking from you. I was making room, because I am doing a new thing. Do you not perceive it? I'm making rivers in your dry land. I'm causing life to spring up in places you thought were dead. That relationship you gave up on, I'm breathing on it. That dream you buried, I'm reviving it. That vision you shelved out of fear, I'm calling it forth. And this time, you'll walk in it with me, not ahead of me, not behind me, but step by step, in sync with my spirit. There is no striving in this next season, only surrender. There is no begging, only believing. There is no proving, only positioning. And you, child, are perfectly positioned now. Even if you feel unready, I say you are prepared. Even if you feel weak, I say you are strong in me. Even if you feel small, I say you carry my power. So don't shrink, don't hold back. Don't dim your light because others don't understand it. You were not created to fit in. You were created to shift atmospheres. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not a mistake. You are called. And this message is not your imagination. It is your activation. I'm calling you up, calling you out, calling you forward. You've been waiting for me to move. But now, I'm waiting for you to step into it. The answer has been released, and everything changes from here.